You ever think about what really happens inside your washing machine when you hit start? I mean, it's way more than just a drum spinning around with some water. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this incredible hidden world of engineering, software, and logic, all working together to get your clothes clean. Let's dive in.
Yeah, we all know the drill, right? You load it up, toss in the soap, hit that button, and just walk away. But that one simple press, it kicks off this unbelievably complex dance of mechanics and code. So today, we're going to follow that journey, from your fingertip right down to the engineer's logic, and see how this whole thing actually works.
All right, here's our game plan. We'll start by looking at the machine's two worlds. Then, we'll talk about the steps you take to get a wash going. After that, we're going to decode how the machine thinks. And finally, we'll tie it all back to you and what it means for keeping your machine happy.
Okay, first up, the machine's two worlds. We're going to start with what you see on the outside, and then we're diving under the hood. So on the left, you've got the stuff we all know and see every day, right? The control panel, the door where you put the soap. But look at the right. That's the hidden guts of the operation. You're looking at the motor that makes it spin, the water pump, the agitator, and the control unit. That's basically the machine's brain. Totally different worlds, but they have to work together perfectly. So where does your house stop and the machine start? Well, it's right here, at the water inlet valve. Think of it like a border crossing. It's the critical handshake. Your pipes deliver the water, but the second it goes past this valve, boom, the machine's logic is in total control, deciding exactly how much to let in based on what its sensors are telling it.
All right, let's talk about where you come in, because believe it or not, this whole thing can't happen without you. Let's look at the steps you take before the machine even gets to work.
Phase 1 is all prep work. You know, reading the labels, sorting your clothes, picking the right soap. And that sorting thing, it's not just to stop your white shirts from turning pink. A properly sorted load is a balanced load, and that's huge. An off-balance load puts a ton of strain on the motor and the seals. It's really your first line of defense. Okay, Phase 2. This is where you become the programmer. Seriously, every single button you press on that control panel, the cycle, the temperature, the spin speed, you're feeding direct instructions into the machine's brain. You're telling it exactly which set of rules or logic gates to follow. Pick hot instead of cold, you just sent the software down a completely different decision path. And then comes Phase 3, loading and hitting go. You put the clothes in, shut the door, and press start. And that's it. That's the handoff. Your job is done. You walk away. But inside that machine, a super precise logic loop is just getting started.
Okay, now for what I think is the coolest part. We are going to listen in on the machine's internal monologue. We're going to decode the software that tells it what to do, every step of the way.
So to get this, we need a quick look at something called a state chart. Don't worry, it's pretty simple. Think of it like a flowchart or a recipe. The boxes are the different states the machine can be in, like filling with water or spinning. And the arrows? Those are the rules that tell it when to move to the next step. It's just a really smart way to break a big, complex job into a bunch of small, simple ones. So this diagram here basically shows you the whole shebang. You can see the states, right? Water in, washing, spin. The machine is constantly jumping between these states based on certain conditions. And see that thing called wash time? That's like the machine's own little stopwatch. It's always running, keeping track of where it is in the cycle. Let's zoom in on that first logic gate. So you hit start, and the machine goes into its watering in state. But it's not just dumbly filling up. It's in a loop, asking itself over and over, is the water level right yet? Nope. Okay, keep filling. How about now? Still no. Keep filling. Once that water level sensor finally says yes, then it checks the temperature you selected and moves on to the right washing state, cold, warm, or hot. Okay, so the water's in. Now it starts washing, and that internal stopwatch, wash time, starts counting up. As soon as it hits the target time for the wash cycle, bam! It transitions, very methodically, to water out, and the pump kicks on. After that, it's on to spin, and it doesn't stop until that wash time variable hits its final number, which is the signal to give you that final beep that it's all done. So we've seen the hardware, we've decoded the software, now let's bring it all home. In this last part, we're going to talk about your role in keeping this whole amazing system humming along. And this leads us to a really important question. I mean, that beautiful, perfect software logic we just walked through is completely useless if the physical parts aren't working right. So, what happens when the real world breaks the logic? Well, here's a classic example. Remember that "is the water level right" loop? The machine just keeps asking that question. It totally relies on a sensor to give it the yes answer. But what if the water inlet filter is all clogged up with gunk, like you see here? The water just trickles in. The software gets stuck in that loop, forever waiting for a signal that's never going to come. The code is perfect, but the hardware has let it down.
But here's the good news. The fix is ridiculously easy. This is something you can absolutely do yourself. 1. Find the water inlet and turn off the tap. 2. Unscrew the hose and pull out that little mesh filter. 3. Just clean it out under the sink. 4. Pop it back in. And 5. Reconnect everything and check that the water's flowing strong again. Simple as that.
And that's really the big takeaway here. When you understand how it's built, when you take sorting seriously, when you can actually picture that logic loop running inside its brain, and when you do that tiny bit of maintenance to keep things flowing, you stop being just a passive user. You actually become a steward of your machine.
And really, that's what it all comes down to. Getting what's happening behind that glass door isn't just for kicks. It literally empowers you to help it last for years and years. Because at the end of the day, a well-understood machine is a longer-lasting machine.